My friends, we have all come from many different places for this celebration, marking the 150th anniversary of the new Marian title of devotion, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. We are here in the National Shrine dedicated to Mary under that title, and one of the first parishes in the world to be dedicated to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart here in Renton. We come as members of the Chevalier family. It's Father Jules Chevalier who gave the church that title of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. He founded 3 religious congregations, the Daughters of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, the Missionaries of the Sacred Heart, the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart. Those 3 congregations, along with all the lay men and women who share in our spirituality, walk with us in our mission. And many other special groups are here today. First of all, representatives of the different schools founded by our different congregations. All of us with a special relationship to Mary under this title. Our spirituality in the Chevalier family is what we call a spirituality of the heart. Its center is the heart of Jesus, expression, symbol, reality of God's love for us. But at the same time, that spirituality has a Marian element to it. Mary has a special role in the history of salvation and a special role in a spirituality of the heart. Father Chevalier, writing in 1884, 1 year before this parish was established, gave us, I think, the key to understanding this part of our spiritual heritage. He said that devotion to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart emphasizes as its object Mary in all her relationships with the heart of Jesus. Mary in all her relationships with the heart of Jesus. Now, traditionally, Father Chevalier himself, all of us, have emphasized one of those relationships. The relationship mother-son. It is Mary's great privilege, it is her mission to be the mother of the Lord, the mother of the Messiah, the mother of Jesus. And certainly that is a powerful relationship, expressed in different representations of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. The one with which we are all most familiar, the statue you have in the shrine, and that same statue is represented in the stained glass window behind me. Mary holding her son, Jesus, in her arms. Jesus points out Mary, and Mary points to the heart of her son. It's not the first representation of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. That first representation, I think we can see on the screen right now. The one Father Chevalier wanted. Jesus is about 12 years old, and he is standing in front of his mother. But again, he indicates, points to her, and she presents him and his heart. The relationship of love between mother and son. Powerful relationship. is not the only one. And St. Augustine tells us it is not even the most important one, which may sound a bit surprising. And St. Augustine said that there was another relationship that for Mary was more meritorious, more important. The relationship of the disciple to the master. Mary, besides being the mother of Jesus, was his disciple, his first disciple. And St. Augustine wrote this: "This Virgin Mary, did she not accomplish the will of the Father? She who conceived in faith, she who was chosen so that salvation would come to the human race, she who was created by Christ before Christ was created in her. Yes, Mary, who is holy, did the will of the Father. And that is why it is more glorious for Mary to have been the disciple of Jesus than to have been the mother of Christ. It was a greater blessing for Mary to have been the disciple of Christ than to have been his mother. Mary was indeed blessed to have borne the Master in her heart before she ever gave birth to him. Being the mother of Jesus is, of course, a special privilege of Mary, something that we only say about her. Being his disciple is something she shares with us. We are all disciples, all followers of Jesus. And so perhaps we might tend to forget this other relationship of disciple. In the Basilica in Issoudun, where this devotion began, there is a new presentation of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart around the main altar of the Basilica. It wasn't originally created for the Basilica. It was in our scholasticate in another part of France. But when we closed that house, it was decided to move that to Issoudun. And it is a representation of Mary, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, that clearly shows her as a disciple, as the first disciple of Jesus. In the sanctuary of the Basilica, we have the crucifix. Jesus crucified, his heart is open, blood and water is coming from his side, from his heart. And Mary is standing at the foot of the cross, at a certain distance, the other side of the altar, but she is standing there. And unlike most representations of Mary, she's not looking at us, she's not even looking down. She is turned this way to look up at the cross at Jesus. A powerful representation of the relationship between the two. Mary is looking at the one we have pierced. She has her eyes fixed on Jesus. And with her left hand, she points up to him, pointing him out. And with her right hand is something like this. She seems to be inviting other people. She seems to be inviting us to stand beside her, to be with her in that relationship of disciple. What does it mean to be a disciple? It means, of course, first of all, to listen. The disciple is at the feet of the Master, listening to what the Master has to say. But being a disciple also means to follow. In the Gospel, Jesus is always on the move.